Hello everyone, I am Dr. Anchal Avasthi. In last two videos, we discussed about the concept of central tendency, mean and median along with their respective merits and limitations. So in continuation to that, today we will try to understand about mode, when to use it, what are its merits and limitations. We will also learn how to compute mode manually and using Microsoft Excel. Okay, so what is mode? The mode is usually defined as the most frequent value. For example, suppose owner of shoe shop wants to know which shoe size sells most in his or her outlet. Clearly, answer of this question is most frequently selling shoe size, and most frequently occurring value for a particular variable is its mode. So, in this case, we should use mode. Similarly, if research question is to know preferred method of payment, answer will be the method used most of the times. So that means we need to calculate mode in this scenario also. Okay, so mode is very easy to understand. Whenever we want to know the most repeated value in the data set, we should compute mode. So suppose age in a class varies from 21 years to 25 years and distribution is like this. 21, there are 10 students having age of 21 years, 20 students having age of 22 years, 40 students having age of 23 years, 20 students age 24 years and 10 students age 25 years. Okay, so there are total 100 students in the class. Okay, so here the maximum frequency is 40, so mode is 23 because majority of the students are 23 years old. That is why mode for this data set is 23. Steps for computation of mode. The first one is determine all distinct values of characteristics under study. So let us understand this point with the help of one example. Suppose we record the shoe size bought by customers and data is as follows. We recorded the data for 10 customers and these are the shoe sizes bought by them. So here are 10 customers and if we look at the data points, that means shoe size, here we have 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, so we have 4 distinct values. So first step is determine all distinct values. So we have to write 4, 5, 6 and 7 distinct values. This is the first step. Second is count frequency for each distinct value of that characteristic. Okay, so now we have to count. 4 occur only one time. 5 occurs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. For 6 it will be 2 and for 7 it will be 1. So this is data point. And against it there is a frequency. Okay, so total we have 1 plus 6, 7 plus 2, 9 plus 1, 10. Total. So this is step number 2. The third step is the most frequent value is mode. Most frequent value here is, here maximum frequency is 6, right? So the data point corresponds to maximum frequency will be the mode. So that is why in this data set 5 will be the mode. I hope now it is clear to all of you. It is very easy to calculate. let's quickly review some more examples of mode. In this data set, we have to know preferred mode of payment. So we have to write the categories, that means different mode of payments along with their frequencies. So here the maximum frequency is 40. 40 is maximum frequency. So the answer will be debit card. In this question where we want to know which one is the preferred mode of payment, answer will be debit card. Okay. Again, in this example of shoe size, the maximum frequency is 50, which is against shoe size 5. So mode is 5 in this data set. Coming upon merits of mode, the first one is it is easy to understand and calculate. Yes, it can be calculated in case of categorical data. Yes, as you can see, mode is most repeated value. So even if our data is nominal or ordinal in nature, we can count the number of times that data point occurred. So even in case of nominal or ordinal data, that means categorical data, we can compute mode. It can be calculated in case of open-ended intervals. The demerit is it can be more than one. It is not based upon all observations. Sometimes mode cannot exist. When mode cannot exist, suppose we have data where every data point occurs equal number of times, say 1, like in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every data point occurs only once. So in this case mode cannot exist. Okay. Now we will learn how to compute mode using Microsoft Excel. In case of grouped data, like in this tabular data set, we can compute mode by using the maximum function, because here we have categories and frequencies against categories, and we know the category having maximum frequency will be the mode. So here the simplest way is we can look at the frequencies and we can determine the mode. So we will use is equal to max, say it is also mentioned here, returns the largest value in a set of values. Okay, so select the range. Okay, select the range. Okay, so even if we are using the formula, we can see that 40 is the maximum frequency. Okay, so debit card will be the most preferred method. Similarly, here we can use max function is equal to max, select the range. So 50 will be the maximum frequency. So 5 will be the mode. If we have raw data, so what we can do is we can just copy it somewhere else, and then we go on data tab, then remove duplicates. Okay, so now we get distinct values, which was step 1 for calculation of mode. Now we can use count function. Sorry, we will use count if. Count will simply count, but we have to count for particular number. So we will use count if. So here we have to define two things, range and criteria. Range is our original data, comma, criteria is distinct values. Okay, now we can extend this formula. So these are the frequencies against distinct data points. Here the maximum frequency is 10. So 22 will be the modal value in this data set. Okay, we can directly compute mode by using the formula. So using mode, so we have to select our data, raw data. See, this also gives the same value 22. Okay, so it is very easy to calculate mode. We can directly use the function mode, and if we want to know how many times this modal value occurs, we can use this approach. We can follow the steps for calculating mode. So in this way we will get the number of times our modal value occurs in the data set. So here 22, which is modal value, is occurred 10 times in our data set. Okay guys, that's all for today. If you want to do quick revision of data types, center tendency and measures like mean, median, so you can go through my previously published videos. If you have any doubts, please feel free to connect with me. I will be happy to answer all your queries. Happy learning to one and all. Thank you for watching this video.